Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, or Tech12, however you call me, I don't really care. And welcome back to World of Tanks. This time around, we're gonna have a gameplay once more. I thought it's been a while since I actually just had a game and I talked about what I did and why I did it. And not just some review, some kind of news or outlook or preview, whatever. Let's just enjoy a good game that I had in my Bourrasque. Now the Bourrasque, this medium tank right here, is one of the premium tanks that Wargaming have sold, I think, last year. And I just have to make the game a bit more quiet. It's been a bit too loud, excuse me. And we're on the map Steppes. Tier 8 only match, so pretty damn good matchup for us. The Bourrasque is an autoloader that has 2 shells with a 105mm gun, which in total does 360 HP alpha damage and has 190mm of pen. Now that is something that is very, very nice, because this tank is super fast, but it's still kind of viewed as a medium tank. At least it's put into the category of a medium tank. So this vehicle actually is a light tank though. Like the Batchat 25T, this tank is actually a light tank and not really a medium tank because it doesn't have any armor. The gun though does make it very, very good. So my play in this map is basically I'm gonna be a scout that can just sit in the middle for a second and, you know, spot something maybe for my team. And then afterwards, maybe I can be a flanking medium tank. Right here, right now, you can see I'm spawning in the middle, and this M46 patent Korea decided to be a little bit too aggressive, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna help him out. I'm gonna go engage this this Indian Panzer, but it turns out it's not good enough. He still gets knocked out because the T92 has shown up right there and a Pershing in the back. The one downside that this tank really has is that its reload time for 2 shells is about 22 seconds. But being able to do like 390 damage with a single shot is really, really crazy. This tank does not have a lot of armor, it does not have a lot of HP, so you have to be very careful. As I like to say, your mobility is your armor, it's your protection, it's your, you know, your card out of danger. Very important, keep this Pershing in mind, because this Pershing is going to be one of our main adversaries in this game. So we cleared the middle right here, right? And if we take a look at the map, you can see that the 8 and 9 line is quite packed with a couple of our tank destroyers, 2 medium tanks. We have like a couple of heavy tanks over here fighting down the 1-2 alley. And we have our EBR, who is challenging middle with me right here. So in the very first stage in this game, we managed to purge this Indian Panzer and the T92 out of this very dangerous position in the middle, where if you have no one here, they can just go through and knock out artillery. Also very important to keep in mind is this KV4, who is AFK, but I did not know that at that time. Being here in the middle allows you to spot very, very important alleyways. And right there, we managed to knock out the Somo SM, a very dangerous tier 8 autoloader tank. Obviously French as well. And he only had 276 HP. With our 360 alpha, we're going to be able to take him out of the game 100% of the time, because you cannot roll that low. That was a very important shot. I waited until he moved out, he turned his tank, so I had a clear shot, because shooting his hull is not going to be enough for us. Having kind of seen the middle and knowing that no one is going to be peeking there again, I decided to go over here to the 8 and 9 line to help out these guys and maybe put some pressure on those tanks. But it turns out it's quite difficult and dangerous for us to get too involved over there, so I decided to, you know, pull back and see where I can help out. As you can see right here, we just noticed our KV4 is AFK. Our heavy tanks on the 1-2 line are not looking very healthy. And I think it's exactly at this moment where we get spotted by either the T92 or the Pershing. And this is a very important part of the game, because I do some very dumb things. As you can see, XVM, or not XVM, but it shows me, 610 shows me I'm no longer spotted. The Pershing, though, on the other hand, just nails me again, and I'm a bit confused because 610 told me I'm not spotted anymore. So I sit in the bush over here, and I think I'm going to be clever by sitting to the left instead of the right, that the Pershing, if he shoots again, I'll be able to return fire, and he's just going to, you know, not hit me. The thing is, though, I did not take into account that artillery might be pre-firing this position. Now, in retrospect, it's very obvious that this position right here is going to be where I would have driven into if I were spotted right here in the middle, because it's a bush that you can really utilize well for spotting, and that's where you can be kind of, you know, attacking oriented. But somehow artillery still fires at me over there, and I have not been spotted, so I'm a bit confused that maybe they spotted me previously, maybe Sixth Sense didn't really work that well, or it was a blind shot. If it was a blind shot, it was really, really close. So, yeah. You can see that we're kind of losing our moment right here. Our team is falling apart on either flanks. They pushed both, and they haven't been very successful on either one of them. And now we have to find a way to somehow get ourselves into the game, although we only have 397 HP. Now, the HP right here, these shots, the HP that you have on this tank is basically just to trade. You only want to trade, like, if you're able to do more damage, and the HP is basically part of your armor, because your armor is not going to bounce anything. You're going to be super lucky if you bounce anything. We bounced the Pershing over there, I know, but it was super lucky. So basically what you have to do is you have to keep on the move, and you have to see that you can, you know, stay maybe on the second line, maybe on the third, and only make a play if you're absolutely sure that you're going to be able to flank them and survive as well. So we spot the T-92. He made his move right here, going to spot artillery for, you know, for their artillery, and obviously we have to engage this guy before he knocks out our arty. The KV-4 comes back. He actually has not just quit the game, and he's going to be quite an important participant because he actually does take out the T-92, or artillery does, I think, in a second. And we managed to take out this SU-130 who got absolutely annihilated by being out in the open like that, because he was feeling too safe. That's always kind of a problem if you're playing a tank destroyer. You do not want to be out in the open like that. So right here we kind of have a breakthrough moment on the one side, and the aim time of this tank is just not going to be able to allow you to really be as competitive in like longer range engagements, and the accuracy is also not that great. So I just kind of tried to hit the WZ 120 1FT, and now we're in a very awkward situation where we have 4 tanks with us included, 3 heavies, one of them just died, and we have a KV-4 who's still full HP, and we're going up against 5 guys at least. So I know that in this moment I have to do something special. I have to kind of take out this WZ-120. We have to get this 120 out of the game, because if we get this 120 out of the game, it's going to be 3v3. We know that the IS-6 is probably not going to be alive for much longer over there. He's fighting IS-3 and 703-2 and artillery probably as well. So I'm telling the KV-4 that he has to go in there, you know, take a hit for me, because he has full HP, and then I can just go around and annihilate him with my 360 alpha damage shells. The thing is, though, at this moment I was not sure if this KV-4 was going to do that or was just going to sit in the bush, but as you can see right here, he actually does listen, he moves in, and now it's a 2-on-1 engagement. Because we know that this WZ did not run away, he's still somewhere over here, because if he would have tried to run away, we would have spotted him and we would have probably been able to engage him. And now we move up thank God I moved up this hill and not to the right, because the WZ just moved around. He would have been able to catch me off guard right there. And I'm waiting for the KV-4 to get a shot. I know it's kind of baiting tactic, but that was very important that the KV-3 takes the hit and not me. And the KV-3 gets hit by artillery, which allows me to engage the WZ-120. And we almost had a problem that he was able to turn in time. So now with my very, very good view range that I have on this tank, I'm going to be able to spot our base. And we have good camo rating, we have good view range, and we see the IS-3 over here. The thing is, I'm not going to be able to penetrate the IS-3 with standard shells from this range. And if I do fire, he's going to be able to spot me and artillery is going to engage me. So what I tell the KV-4 is he should somehow be a little bit more defensively oriented. And he also, I think, wrote in Spanish that he's going to be defending the base and I'm supposed to cap. And obviously in this moment I noticed that, okay, this 703 is going to be a problem over there. So what goes through my head? If I get spotted, my biggest concern is not one of these guys, it's actually artillery being somewhere in the back of the base. So what I decide to do is I tell my KV-4 that I'm going to be falling back. I'm going to go look for artillery so we can get that nuisance out of the way. And he should just stay put and hope to defend the base if he can. He's telling me to go cap, but capping now is a very bad kind of idea, because what they would do is just take out the KV-4 and cap together, two guys on the cap, and I would have no chance to do anything right there. And I decide to use the mobility of this tank to go up and hunt artillery. But unfortunately, as you can see right here, two guys are on cap, so I do not have enough time to really go for artillery. And the KV-4 actually spots artillery on base. And that makes my life obviously a whole lot easier. You can see that the IS-3 is not happy with my idea of going after artillery, because he was kind of thinking I'm going to throw the game obviously here in this instance. So right now I know there are some bushes that I can use with this tank. I have good camo ratings. So what I need to do is to help this KV-4 or use him as long as he's still alive, and now engage this IS-3. So I don't really pick a bush because I know that they are both going to be completely focused on the KV-4. I knock out the IS-3. It's a one-on-one engagement right now. Now the Bourrasque in this situation has basically the best cards for, you know, winning this match, because I can outspot this guy and he cannot see me because I have such good camo values. So I'm thinking he's going to be staying behind that kind of ditch, and he's going to be using that ditch as his cover. So I look into it and I think maybe I can pen him with premium rounds, maybe on the side armor. And I do take my chances and I fire once, but the accuracy of this tank is unfortunately not good enough. We do not get spotted somehow, which is quite fascinating. It shows you how good my camo ratings are on this tank. And I decide to load high explosive. So I'm thinking, you know what? If he's hull down and I can use these bushes to my advantage, why not HE him to death? That's exactly what I'm planning to do. I double bush, I wait until my... Oh, actually I didn't double bush, I just waited until I can see him again. I fire and I do 170 HP of damage with a single high explosive shell. You have to think about this. This high explosive shell does 440. Its pen is 53 millimeters. That one shell just did 170 HP worth of damage. So I know that I can take this guy out with high explosive shells. Right here I get spotted. It's all about the snapshot. We hit the 1-2, the object 704. We win the game in the end, and we manage to secure the victory. 3,281 damage dealt. In total, it's 3,472. We had like a couple of misplays in this round where we lost so much HP at the beginning. If we would have had the HP, it probably would have been easier for us, but at the same time, maybe we would have not played as cautiously as we would have, as we played right here. But in the end, we managed to outplay the Object 704. 703. We managed to help this KB4 or utilize the sacrifice of the KB4 with the IS-3 and take out this guy. And I think the most important part was that we survived that spot over there with that pesky premium shell firing Pershing over there, who constantly pre-fired that spot. But in the end, we managed to turn this game around. I think the essential moment was definitely the 120 over there, that the KB4 and me, together with teamwork, we managed to take out that guy, even though he was speaking Spanish, and I'm not even sure, he probably understands English, but he was speaking Spanish the entire time. We were still on one wavelength. So I hope you guys did enjoy this game. It was just one of those games that I had in my Bourrasque, where I just thought, damn, that's like, it shows you the potential that this tank has. It's really good. It's a lot of fun to play, and I always enjoy playing this vehicle. So as always, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.